Welcome to today's episode of The Untold. This is the show where we have amazing guests and their stories. Of course, I'm your host, Abdullah Al-Hindiani. I'm joined by my colleague,
Dujain Al-Athari, and today we have a really inspiring, motivational guest, Abrar Alshammari, who is not just a writer, but she's also a fitness coach, a calisthenics expert, and even an OCR competitor, which I found really, really impressive.
Yeah, honestly, when they sent us the brief about our guest today, and I read she was a participant in the Spartan race, that is amazing because if you have, awareness about what the Spartan race is, it's the kind of race that really tests your limits, right? Talking about physical, attributes and mentality as well. So I'm really curious to see, her insight into the whole process.
As do I. I find her whole journey really, really inspiring. I myself struggle with a lot of physical activity, so to see someone who can break barriers and boundaries in all sorts of fields, I feel like we're going to have a lot to talk about with her today.
Yeah, so, for our viewers, if, getting out of the couch and going through your first run sounds enticing to you, our guest today will help you through that. But with that in mind, we are going to take a very quick break and we'll come right back. Welcome back on The Untold, and I want to first send my welcomes to you, Abrar Alshammari, for joining us. So, welcome.
Thank you so much. First of all, it's my pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me.
Well, the thanks is all for us for you joining us, and it's customary on The Untold that we always ask the guests of their beginnings. So, how did your fitness journey start?
My fitness journey started in a very young age. Let's say my first step was with gymnastics. It taught me discipline and body awareness. Then I moved to strength-based sport. It taught me or developed my strength and my power. Then I joined to a volleyball team. The experience of the teamwork added to my experience. During my university years, I shift to gyms clubs, and I think here start my passion of coaching.
That's honestly amazing. I'm really inspired by all the different movements and activities you do, and it seems like you started from quite a young age. Did you always feel like it wasn't just a hobby, but something more serious for you?
It was a hobby, but sometimes, not sometimes, I felt in that period it's more than a hobby, because it's become like a mirror, reflect your inner transformation. It starts with, let's say, move, release, grow. Then over the time you feel it's become part of your identity. During discipline, building strength, growing, you see these vibes, you need it already on your life.
Yeah. And mashallah, you've tried so many different sports before finding the one that feels, right for you.
Right.
So what is it about the last, journey where you went into your workouts and everything that felt right, as opposed to, the volleyball, the strength training, and everything before?
I found myself in two sports actually, and let's say I'm a hybrid on sport. I'm now an OCR athlete and calisthenics.
Yeah.
Could you tell us more about calisthenics and how you ended up, going for that?
Calisthenics, let's explain what is calisthenics is. Calisthenics is, let's say, it's something like gymnastic.
Yeah.
When I was young, I was very obsessed with gymnastic, but unfortunately, the school, they not offering gymnastic. That's why I shift to other sports. So when I see the gymnastic, it's look like something click in me, and my inner child woke up again. Then I tell myself, if I didn't do that when I was young, why not I'm not doing that now with the calisthenics. Then I do it.
Yeah, and you know, the thing about sport is that they are so physically demanding, but what a lot of people don't talk or discuss about sports is the amount of mental challenges it requires. So how did you overcome a lot of the, you know, mental challenges that came with these kind of sports?
When you love something and you have goal and you have passion with it, you will deeply inside of your heart and mentality, you will follow it, and you will do the best to do it. I know this sport or calisthenics is really hard, but not impossible. And when you started from not a young age, it will be harder. But I love the journey, and I have the patience, and I have a goal. It's for me, the calisthenics not about just a sport. It's really healing for me and remind me of my childhood.
I agree. I think that's a really beautiful way to put it, because as you mentioned, like it helped your inner child just come out, it clicked like that. So I feel like for most people, when they find something they really, really want to do, nothing can get in the way. And I think that's what you were trying to say as well.
Yes.
And we were talking a bit before the show about when you got into calisthenics. It wasn't until you said 2018.
Yes, right.
So it kind of shows that you can kind of start at any age, which is really inspiring to me, because I would love to be able to do some of the really complicated movements that you could do, but I always feel that I just don't have the physical ability to do it.
I will tell you something. So, the tricky thing of the calisthenics, when you see the movement, it's so soft and so clean, and sometimes you feel it's so easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
But I will tell you something. You cannot jump to more steps. When you try to train right on the right way, and you take the right levels, you will reach. If you have the patience, you will reach it, because you should have the acceptance that this sport, if you want to get it, it's a really long journey, but it's not impossible.
Yeah. And I love that you emphasize the idea that it's not impossible, because a lot of people, the barrier of entry for physical activity is that they think it's something possible. And I want to ask you, because you did mention you are also an OCR athlete, which is obstacle course racing.
Yes, right.
And, you know, for me personally, this is a term that I've only heard it now. So would you mind, you know, elaborating it or explaining it to us?
Yes, okay, of course. The OCR is about, let's say it's a racing. Many organizations, they do it. The famous organization on the world is the Spartan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yes, and Spartan, they have many races.
Yeah.
First race is the sprint 5K with 20 obstacle. The second one is the super, the 10K, and then the beast is the 21K.
Wow.
With 25 obstacle for the super, for the beast 30 obstacle.
Yeah.
And the obstacle, the organization, they made it, or sometimes from nature. And you should run and you pass these obstacles as faster as you can.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you mentioned the Spartan, that's one of the most famous races in terms of, you know, fitness and the fitness world.
Yes.
So, yeah, I didn't know that they called OCR. I always thought it was called the Spartan.
Spartan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's an OCR sport.
yeah.
But the Spartan, these are the organization that they organize these races.
Yeah.
What would you say is the toughest obstacle or, you know, race you had to deal with, or part of a race?
You know, the hardest one, your mental.
Really? It's all in the mind then.
Yes. When you running fast and you carry something heavy, to reach point. And for example, you swim and you should run fast, and you want to climb rope and climb wall. The continuing, that's the most important. Some people, they start strong, and in the middle of the race they drop and they quit. So it's mental for me more than body strength.
That makes a lot of sense because, as you said, there are so many different obstacles and different levels of races. Like, for me to just imagine running a 5K, not even a 21K, sounds impossible, you know? So I think the mental, obviously the physical is very important. You have to do a lot of training, but mental is what keeps you from giving up and going the distance, I guess.
Yes, right. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also believe that you were an ambassador for the Spartan race in the past.
Yes,
So that's so cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so how did that whole experience, shape your view on athleticism and the fitness world as a whole, right?
Regarding the ambassador title,
Yeah.
let's say I was ambassador before I became an official ambassador.
Okay.
Because I will tell you why. Because when I took podiums on these races,
Yeah.
on my age group, I love this race and I want to separate this race on the whole girls. I separated and I create my team, my own team, Amazon team, and we went to racing. So I act as an ambassador before I took the
Or you got the
title.
official title.
Yes.
Yeah.
But why I'm telling you that? Because when they gave it to me, the title, the coincidence is it starts with the Gaza war.
Okay.
And the CEO of the Spartan, he was sympathy with Israel. So I felt it's shame I be ambassador of
Yeah.
this organization.
Understandable.
So I quit and I boycotted.
Yeah, that's good, right? Because it's it's such a terrible cause, and that is such a bad thing for them to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very much thankful for you for doing that.
That's, let's say, that's call of the humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking about the race itself, you did mention that it's an obstacle course. So I want to segue that into talking about what was the biggest kind of obstacle that you've had in this kind of, line?
Okay, I like to say this story. On Spartan Madrid, before it, I had a surgery. I did a surgery. I was sick. Then I did the surgery. Then I recover myself with healing period, and that's it. This race, I love it. I took ninth place on my age group. I feel like I took one because it was really challenging me, because I came after healing and after recovery.
Yeah.
And I took ninth place.
MashaAllah.
So I'm so proud. It's a big challenge because I was, you fighting with yourself. You don't know, you still the same person before the surgery or after, or you worse.
Yeah.
So I think that race, I love it. And yes, it was a really big challenge for me.
I think the fact that you were able to do the race even when you were still healing and in recovery really shows, as you said, how mental really creates a really important foundation in these kind of sports. Right now, though, we're going to take a short break, and hopefully we'll get to discuss more about your really entertaining career.
And we're back with Abrar Alshammari, who's a fitness instructor and a fitness enthusiast. But mashallah, she's also a writer.
Yes, right.
Yeah, so let's dig into that, right? Talk us through your writing journey. I assume from the start, like what got you into it?
Also, my writing, I started when I was young. I was using, I was writing, my journal, personal, always when I was young. And that's grow with me. And my writing become more progressed and developed. After that, I share my writing on the social media, just writing. I felt something weird because every followers, when they read what I'm writing. They don't know each other when they send me, but they say the same sentence. You, Abrar, you look like talking to us. You feel us. Then I decide to publish my work more, and I do books, 2 books.
I think that's very brave of you. I used to write in a journal myself. I still do sometimes to just, collect my thoughts. But the fact that you turned it into an actual career choice as well, I think that's really inspiring. What kind of stuff do you like to write about the most?
About human resources, let's say, self-love, good vibes, principles, something like that.
There's something on one of the things you wrote that kind of goes like, because I know how to be, not how to be told, I think, something like that.
Yes.
I think that's a really cool line.
Thank you.
Could you tell us more about the meaning behind it?
It's a reminder, let's say, about I'm not a follower.
I can tell.
And it's like, let's say it's a inner compass. So remind me that I know how to be myself without permission. And also reminder for myself that my path is mine, and my being is not for negotiation.
That's amazing.
Thank
That's
you.
truly something that I think most people will resonate with. And no wonder your friends told you to start writing, because just hearing that almost gave me goosebumps, because I feel a lot of people struggle with being themselves, especially in today's world.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're pushing that, is just very empowering.
Yeah, speaking of empowering, because I know for a lot of people, they know what to say, but they don't know how to put it into words, right? They don't know how to put it into papers. So how did what was the process for you like to get your inspirational thoughts back to your audience? Like, what's the process like?
Hide in the cave.
I'm a big advocate for the cave, so I feel you there.
No, it's when you share people, when they share you actually them life, them story. When you see also the TV, your experience also, these all motivate you
Yeah.
to write something.
Yeah, everything can be a source of
Yes,
inspiration.
everything.
Yeah, and speaking of finding everything, mashallah, how do you find the balance between everything, right? You are a coach, you're a writer, your athleticism, your fitness journey. It's a lot of hats to wear.
It's a deep question.
It is.
It's not about separate them. I'm not separating anything.
Yeah.
I engage them.
How do you do that?
The coaching give me discipline. The writing let me be more deeper to myself, and the training make me stronger. So all of them serving. So it's not about dividing time. It's about let's say energetic harmony.
It's a beautiful term.
Yeah.
Do you think having a good support system helps? Or is it more about you have to come through it on your own?
You ask for who support me?
Yeah.
Okay. The closest supporter, let's say, my inner voice.
That's amazing.
And also, of course, my family. But the closest one, yes, my inner voice. Always I remind myself why I do this, what I want to be, and who am I.
Yeah. I mean, they say if you are your greatest, motivator, like your personal self. Like if you seek motivation from outside sources, one day they're going to be quiet. But if it's within you, it's not going to be quiet until you quiet it. So Always trust in yourself.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, I was watching a documentary once called Solo, which was about the guy called Alex who climbs mountains solo
Okay.
without anything. And then his ritual before every climb is that he would just go before the mountain and he would picture every, hand placement, every finger placement, every foot placement.
Yeah.
So speaking to you, Coach Abrar, what is your rituals, right? Before going to any tough competition, any race, any obstacle you have? Do you have any, set of, routine you like to follow, or how does it go?
Yes, of course. First of all, I like to read some surahs of Holy Quran.
Yeah.
It's make me feel more quiet and calm. And also my inner voice, I talk to myself. I talk to myself so much.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think we all talk to ourselves a
Yeah,
bit. So.
why you here? What do you need? What is your goal? Yes, these helping. But when I start, for example, for racing, yes, I listen to some music, like Michael Jackson.
I mean, that's
To pump yourself up and get in the mood.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think that there's any specific thing you have to do every day in order to keep up between the writing and all the physical activity?
The good healing for me is my daughter.
Yeah, bless.
Her, when I saw her, she's healing. Some not all of mothers, but some mothers, they feel the baby is like a big responsibility.
Yeah,
For me, no.
it comes naturally to you.
It's for me really healing. It's healing for me.
Yeah.
When I see her, I forget everything.
Children are very pure that way. They just really bring out the best in people, I think. And I think it
totally
helps
agree.
you align with your inner child and inner voice as well.
Yes, true.
Do you have any tips for people who might want to branch into, calisthenics or writing, or start any big project or balance as many things as you do?
Yes, I have one advice. Do what you love. Why I say that? I did many businesses,
Yeah.
many projects. I success with them all, but I didn't felt that that's me.
Yeah.
Then when I start doing what I really love, so I do it. If I want to do it forever, I will do it forever because I love it.
Yeah. And I want to ask, I think for a lot of audience who are, curious about this type of extreme sport, is the $1,000,000 question. Is there any time that's too late to get into, and I'm talking like sports like the Spartan race, marathons, calisthenics, is there an age that is too late? Like for me personally, I always tell my mom, I'm a thief's, dream target because I can never outrun anybody. So is there any, age limit to this kind of thing?
No, the limit that you put it in your mind, there is no limit.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in a box. Some people, they are really strong, but they put themselves on a box and they don't see how they are power. Are they?
Yeah.
So there is no limit for what you want. But if you put it in your mind that I have limits, it will be a limit.
Yeah.
So it's not just that you have to listen to your inner voice, you have to also not allow yourself to be your own obstacle. 'Cause like you said, I think most people like get in the way of themselves, and anyone can kind of do something if they truly believe that they can.
Yes.
Like I've really admiring everything that you've said today because I feel like you have so much confidence and you're so sure of yourself. So I think that's going to be very inspiring to people who may want to try any of these type of activities or their own kind of activities.
Thank you. And there is one more. The
Yeah.
thing that you're afraid of, do it.
I love that.
I have never did an English interview.
Oh, mashallah.
Really? This is your
Yeah.
first one?
It's my first one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, you've aced it.
So I did it.
She's going to take our place now.
Yeah, she's aced it, mashallah.
So I did it.
Yeah. And I think this goes to Huberman, if you know him, who has a podcast, Andrew Huberman. He said there was a part of the brain that actually grows if you do something you hate. So, you know, if you do something you hate, you're actively, you know, developing yourself as a human in biological terms.
Yes,
So,
and you open new door for yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you about what's next, you know, for Abrar, mashallah, a project, books, you know, competition.
Many.
I mean, just talking today, I'm not surprised if you're going to start on a whole new field at this
Really,
point.
there is a new field.
Of course there is. Yeah, I'm not surprised because, mashallah, you really seem to cover it all.
Soon, inshallah, there is a new field for my own business,
Mashallah,
my new company.
mashallah.
And yes, there is a competition for the calisthenics for the next year. I'm preparing myself from now for the next year. And there is a nice, lovely book will come soon. But I'm trying to finish it in the end of 2025. I hope so, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Abrar, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my
I feel
pleasure.
like you gave us a lot to think about and you gave our viewers a lot to think about as well.
Thank you.
And I'm definitely going to keep focusing on my inner voice and what I actually want to
You
do.
have to, you have to.
Because I think as it's shown through you, it can really take you to places. What do you have to say, Abdullah?
Yeah, honestly, the thing is, I'm envious of, and I'm gonna say, you know, on air now, mashallah, so you don't say I'm, you know, I said it, you know, I'm envious of how many, you know, aspects of so many different, you know, fields and mediums you excelled at, right? So that is very encouraging. So I do want to thank you for, you know, enlightening us on this, you know, kind of topic.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. Thank you for your words.
Yeah, and with that, dear viewers, we are gonna take a very quick break and we'll come right back after this. And unfortunately, Jane, you know, that was the end of our episode today, but I really had a very wonderful time and educating as well.
So did I. I felt like I learned so much from her, and I feel that she empowers not just women, but people everywhere to go after their dreams and focus on their goals. I loved everything she had to say, especially about following your inner voice.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really beautiful sentiment.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, I think one of the most important messages of this episode is when she highlighted the amount of mental, you know, fortitude it takes, right? For a lot of people, they think physicality and fitness is all about, you know, doing the work. But, you know, there's a point where your body says no, and your mind is like, okay, I gotta quit. And it's at that point where you gotta be like, no, you know, this is the point we go forward. And she highlighted that point. So I'm really glad that was the takeaway of today's episode.
Same. I'm one of those people, I have to say. So I think I'm really going to try to just push myself whenever I try a new activity. And I love that she also branched out into writing. I thought that was crazy, to be honest, because she seems to encompass so many fields. And I feel like she really just helps people to be their true selves.
Right. Yeah, you know, when she mentions her writing, you know, career and releasing 2 books, I was like, okay, that is beyond amazing.
Yeah.
Right. You know, going through the whole fitness journey, which takes a lot of time, a lot of work, and then putting the words is just amazing.
I feel like she inspired a lot of people to really go after their dreams and goals. And I hope that's a takeaway all of our guests and viewers will have. And thank you. That's all we have for today. See you next time. And thank you, Abdullah.
Yeah, you know, the thanks goes to our audience, and also thank you for joining us. Thank you, Abrar, for joining us. That was it for us on The Untold. And until next time, goodbye for now.